So this all came from, right? To put it into perspective, you and I both grew up with working families. My mom was working, your dad
100%.
was working, my dad was working. We come from middle class working families. It's not
100%.
like anything was ever given to us. Now, because of that, we saw how hard they work. Now, they leave to work 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they don't come home till 7, 8 o'clock at night, maybe even later. And
Listen, it's
to
tough.
have that mindset that you and I have, it's very rare to come by, right? Because there's a lot of people that have they're in the same situation that we're in, but they don't do anything with it. They're like, you know what? If my parents can do it, I can do it. They don't want to be better, right? But we want to be better. We essentially want to go ahead and kind of strive for the greatest. We want to be the best.
100%. That's us. That's how it's written in our Torah. How it's written in most people's book of wisdom. For me, it's my mentality is how I grew up. I'll tell you a story. How I grew up when my parents got divorced. I think when I was around like 10 years old, 11 years old, my parents got divorced. We moved, 10, 15 blocks over. I live with my mom. Still spoke to my dad. We didn't really have anything. My mom was a single mom. Yeah, thank God she had a career. Thank God she had the stability. And we lived paycheck to paycheck. When we moved into the new apartment my mom rented, I was sleeping in the same bed as her because we couldn't afford another bed. We didn't have a couch. We didn't have a dining room table. We didn't have a microwave. I'm not saying we were poor. I lived great. My mom made thank you to my mom. Thank you to you. We had nothing. Yeah, thank God we were good. We had food. I went to school. I'm not saying that I was like freaking in the slums.
No, I know.
But listen, there was a lot of things that I couldn't do because of the fact that I didn't, we just didn't have it. I didn't even have a car. I told you I went to Nassau Community College. I would drive my mom to work at 6 a.m., go to school, do my school thing, go back to my mom, sit there for 2-3 hours till she finished work, did my homework, slept in the car, and then we went home. And I did that for 2 years. It's tough, but it brought me to, I feel like it's important. It was an important phase. I don't wish it on anyone, but it was an important phase. Why? Because it taught me that even if I have $1 million in my bank account, I act like I have nothing.
Gotta be humble.
That's the
You
way
have to be humble.
That's the way you go up.
The thing is you did this for your mom, right? But your mom did so much more.
My mom
right?
gave up so much for me. My
and
mom,
not just your mom,
a lot.
My family, my parents, my siblings, my grandparents, everybody that I've ever known came through. You came through for me, and I will never be able to kind of repay that gratitude, right? The way I can repay it, finding new things that we can do.
This podcast.
Like this podcast. The way that I can repay it is being there for them when I needed them most. They were there for me, so I want to be there for them now. Growing up was not easy. Again, it wasn't easy. My mom was sick. My dad was working like a dog. My brother was in school. I was in school. And now, it's not like we went to bad high schools. You went to Francis Lewis. I went to Forces High School. But the conditions that we grew up in those schools it was flight or fight mode.
It was
flight or fight.
Kill or be killed. Honestly,
Exactly.
It really it sounds like a joke, but it was. It's kill or be killed. You look at the person the wrong way, they might, it's 10 against 10 after school.
5,000 kids in our school. Forces High School.
Same thing with me.
5,000 kids. You walk in every morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like I had class 7 o'clock in the morning. It was my first period was gym.
I know you didn't go to that.
No, I definitely did. But listen, again, my first class was gym, 7:30 in the morning. You walk into the hallway, there's different ethnicities, different racial groups.
A melting pot.
It's a melting pot. It's a crock pot. And every day there was a fight. Every day you walk in not knowing, am I going to get stabbed? Am I going to get shot?
And Eric was the center of it. He was the head honcho in charge.
No. Listen, the things that I went through molded me who I am today, just like the things
100%.
that you went through molded who you were. But you took
100%.
the things that molded you and made something better
that's
out of
important.
it. That's what's important. You can be put in the same positions that you and I were put in. Mind you, they weren't that crazy, right? It was crazy, but it wasn't that crazy. People have it a lot worse. People
100%.
are living on the street. Families can't pay for food or water. They're begging on the side of the road. And I see these people, and I kind of, I don't feel, it's not that I feel bad, but I want them to be able to have the same opportunities that kind of we have now.
100.
So if we can help them out in any situation, in any way, we help them out.
I'll tell you this one thing, and people might watch this podcast and people might send it to their friends and people might laugh and say that we're cringy, but I have come across so many young men and so many people and so many young women that are just really struggling and are really like they're in that 19 to 22 age,
Yeah.
and they're really not knowing what they're doing. Their parents have pushed them to do all these things, and
It's not even what they want to do.
they don't know if that's what they want to do, and it's mentally, when you as a person, you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what the next 5 years is going to look like, your mental health is really, really, really affected. And I'm going to tell you one thing: keep moving forward. That is the only way. You keep going. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it.
Bet on yourself. If there's anything that you're going to take from whatever Danny just said, is bet on yourself. If you think that you could go out there, make something of yourself, at the same time do what you love to do, you're set.